Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Everyone in charge, tune into the market-based edition. Fellow compadres speaking. Gold spot in the U.S. dollar actually has my attention now. It's actually potentially breaking out of a pattern. We're going to go over that in this video. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, consider joining us. Please do your fundamental research on this asset. We only go over the price action here. Thank you kindly. So, again, it's in a pattern, potentially breaking out. I'm going to show you what could take place next, what we need to look for in order to understand if the market is officially breaking out of that pattern. So we're just kind of explain that for you here. So let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today's May the 10th, 2021, and the current price of gold spot, it's XAUUSD is going to be $1,840.32. It's up approximately 0.4% for the day. Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone. ASMR, interesting analysis. Here's what I've been following. Okay, interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at you can call it a bull flag. You can also call it a descending channel. Okay, these are the 3-day candles. We're actually going to crank it on over to the daily candles. So yeah, you can call it either one. So I'm saying that it is potentially breaking out. Let's actually explain this line very briefly. We posted a video. Hopefully we'll leave a link for it. The red line represents $1,783, $1,885. It's a very important line. Notice how the price action came up to that level, had a little clustered area, and then it kind of broke above it. I can say it's official on the daily. Yes. Okay. We can also say it's official. We're only focusing on the red line for now. I'm going to explain the pattern, but it's a very important line, this red line. So I just want to kind of briefly explain it. It's official on the 3-day as well. I think we also have a weekly candle that is broken above. Yes. So we officially have a weekly candle. I'm kind of going down the line explaining all these things because, again, this level it's super important, guys. Please check out the video that we left a link for. It just explains why this level is so important. And it doesn't mean that now that the weekly and the daily and the 3-day candles have broken above this line, that it cannot ever get back below this line. Okay. What we need to do is just pay attention to the higher time frames is what I've mainly focused on, the 3-day and the weekly, to see if there's any reversal candles developing on the weekly and the 3-day candles, okay, in order to understand whether or not the market is subjected to retest or break down below $1,785, okay? So hopefully that's an interesting explanation as to what we're looking at in terms of the red line being broke above. All right, so we'll get rid of that for now. And the other thing that I wanted to do is just go over I noticed you guys see the circles and the days and everything. Like if you see like the 3-day and the 2-day and the 4-day with the question mark. Now, remember on the channel, we only focus on support, resistance, and patterns. And right now we're dealing with the pattern that I have the dates, the 2 days, the 3-day, and the 4-day with the question mark. Now, whenever you're dealing with a pattern, okay, and you want to know whether or not the pattern is officially being broken out of. Okay, it can break out to the upside. In this case, it appears that it wants to break out to the upside. One of the things that I do as an interesting analyst is I understand the one level that the market is trying to break above is obviously this descending line and this the descending line just overhead on this pattern as I sweep my little path across that. This is the descending line that the market is trying to break above and stay above. So notice in this small circled area here, back in August the 6th, 2020, when the daily candles broke above the resistance line, it only was able to stay above that line for 2 days. And of course, it broke back down and had a very nasty move to the downside. Okay, so stick with me here. Hopefully this will make sense towards the end as I explain the story. That's all I'm going over, guys. I'm not making a prediction. All right. 2 days above that line, catastrophic move to the downside, and then the market just continued to consolidate within the pattern, okay? Consolidating within this descending channel. Of course, it approached that line again. It didn't, back in November the 9th, it didn't even get above that line. It just kind of got rejected and continued lower. Now, here's where we have the 3 days where the market spent like 3 days above the descending overhead resistance line. If you notice here, 1, 2, 3. This was back in January the 5th, 2021. So it's been 3 days. it spent one additional day longer than it did the previous time it broke above the resistance line, somewhat showing a sign of maturity or strength in the market, if that makes sense. Okay, so it spent 2 days the first time, and then it spent 3 days, but then of course it went down back within the pattern to consolidate and find more financial strength, if that makes sense. Okay, it broke down within the pattern, went down and found financial strength at the descending line of support just below the pattern. Super simple, actually. Okay. So now, here we are once again. I say we, I'm not invested in gold, guys. It's a beautiful story, okay? Here we are once again above the descending line of resistance on the pattern. Now, notice I have 4 days with the question mark. This simply means that since we're only looking at buyers and sellers, and since the buyers approach the resistance line of this descending channel, bull flag, whichever one, it took 2 days, broke down, 3 days, and if this time the market breaks above the descending line and it can spend, well, technically 3 days or more, because that's the last time it broke above, it spent 3 days. Technically, if it can spend 3 days or more above the descending line of resistance, that would be an indication that the buyers are actually gaining more control in the market in order to eventually propel the price to the upside. Because remember, the only thing the buyers are trying to do is break above and stay above a resistance line. In this case, it's just a descending line of this descending channel. Okay, so once the buyers realize that they're able to break above the descending line of resistance and stay above that level, then the only thing that would be going on is consolidation to eventually break up to the upside and eventually go all the way, possibly even back up to the, let's see, I guess the price target would be about $2,000. We did post a video saying that gold can go to $2,000. I still do stand by that. I'm not sure how quickly it's going to happen or if it's going to happen here in the short term. But if I had to give you just kind of a practical level, a conservative level price target, it's going to be right there at about 1876. Okay, we have to give this price action at least 2 to 3 weeks in order to make it up to that level. Let me just go ahead and give you a range because I know some are going to stop and say, yeah, dude, you told me it was going up to that level. It didn't. What happened? Not sure what happened. I'm just going to give you the range so that we're all clear in terms of where it needs to stay above in order to make it up to 1,876. So we'll do something like that right there. So $1,821 would be the level that it must stay above in order to continue higher. That's what I'll leave you guys out with. I just wanted to explain the story in terms of what is going on in the price action between the buyers and the sellers. This way you'll understand if the market does have a slight retracement from here. You have the 1821 level if it actually gets that low. Of course, you have to be open to volatility. The market has experienced a lot of volatility to the downside ever since it's been trapped within this descending channel, aka bull flag, right? Okay, so that's basically what I'm seeing. That's an interesting range, and that's all I have for you wonderful folks for now. Hopefully that was useful. Leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment because the YouTube algorithm picks up when you guys do that. Thank you for that support. And also, if you're new, before you go, we'd like to send you more information on the alternative markets, Bitcoin, altcoins. Kindly subscribe, hit the bell. We'll send you that information when it's available. Yes, I think we're done here, guys. So take care of yourselves, protect your portfolio, execute your strategies. We're going to talk soon. Bye for now.